Hello, everyone. How are y'all? How is everybody doing tonight? I'm going to give everybody just a couple minutes to get in because I didn't announce it at all. I just texted a couple people and said, I'm going live. Hey, Mr. Jen. Hey, Mojangles. Okay, guys. I hope everyone is having a great evening. It's been a heavy day, and let's just take a deep breath. There's a lot going on in YouTube. I realize that. Let's just try to remain focused on why we're here to start with. Hey Beth, we are here to bring awareness for Gabby. We are here to assist in getting the word out that Brian Landry is a wanted person. He is wanted. Hey Breezy, and that's how we're going to go with this. Okay, I know there are people making videos and saying lots of outlandish things. Okay, I'm not that person. I won't be doing that. That's not me. That's not how I operate. I even battled with myself, even doing this live to start with. Okay, but okay, guys, if my TV bothering y'all in the background is too loud, I apologize. All right, where to start? Where to start? FBI, listen to me. Fox News is reporting that FBI made a visit back to the Landry home today for articles to help with DNA matching. I know some people are reporting that it was for sniffing, for the dogs to sniff. That is not why the FBI was there. They were there for DNA matching. Okay? It says two FBI agents briefly visited the Northport, Florida home on Sunday afternoon and gathered the items. The agents could be seen walking inside the screened front porch with a clipboard and leaving with a brown paper bag around 11 a.m. The FBI agent on Sunday, the FBI agent's visit on Sunday comes almost 1 week roughly after 20 agents swarmed the family's home and spent about 6 hours inside. A white van and multiple unmarked vehicles were loaded up at that time with various boxes and suitcases before the agents departed in the afternoon. The parents of Brian Landry, who is the person of interest in the activity surrounding Gabby's disappearance, reported him missing on September the 17th. He's not missing, y'all. He's in hiding, okay? He's not missing. Law enforcement spent more than a week searching for Landry in the Carlton Reserve. It's approximately 24,000 acre swampy preserve with roughly 15 miles from the family's home. Gabby's remains were found 1 week ago in Wyoming at the Teton Bridger National Forest Park, and her death has been ruled a homicide as of Tuesday. Her memorial service, as we know, was held today. So, guys, I wanted to ask y'all, okay? We're not going to go too gory. Please, I don't want to go too gory. I wanted us to talk, okay? What do y'all think they were there to collect? What do you think Hey Irvin, how are you? Thank you for being here. What do y'all think the FBI agents were there to collect today? Remember, these articles that they were there to collect was for DNA, not not scent. Hey crime scene, a crime investigation, how are you? What do y'all think that they were there for today? Irvin, you could be right, but they were there to collect DNA. Crime investigation? Mm, Irvin, but they already know that she lived there with them. Before Gabby and Brian went on this trip, they lived at that home with his parents. They lived there. So they already know she was there. Yes, exactly right, Mo. They've been searching for over a week, so they would already have um, enough articles of clothing and enough articles for scent. I mean, let me answer Capri, okay? Sorry about that, guys. Breezy, I don't think the parents were involved, okay? Guys, when somebody brought something to my mind, brought something to my attention today, and I just wanted to toss this out there, okay? I'm not taking up for the parents. Please don't come for me. I'm just putting this out there, okay? Has anybody given any thoughts to no, a crime investigation? It specifically said they were there for Brian's DNA. Um, Irvin, you're funny. Um, maybe because that Brian immediately lawyered up. Brian immediately lawyered up. Maybe their attorney is advising them to be quiet and not talk to the media, not talk to anyone. I'm not taking up for them. Please, I'm not taking up for them. I'm not. But that is a possibility. One of the first things a good attorney will tell you to do: zip your lips, don't talk to anyone unless it's us or unless we give you the okay and we're standing beside of you. If Brian, okay, guys, listen, they were not there to collect their DNA, they were there to collect Brian's DNA. Yeah, y'all leave y'all's DNA. Speaking of DNA, y'all need to make sure y'all leaving some DNA on that thumbs up and that subscribe button down there. Come on, drop it down there. Exactly right, Irvin. You can talk yourself into prison. Look, I always bring it back to Chris Watts. Chris Watts was stupid. He went in not once but twice to. Beth, you're funny. Um, Chris Watts went in not once but twice to talk to CBI and FBI agents without an attorney, never requested an attorney, never requested an attorney before he did a polygraph, then confessed without an attorney beside of him. Hey, Daffodils, he messed up nine kinds of ways. Okay? So, if They already had sent articles to, for their dogs for scent. They're not there for the parents. They're not there to get the parents' DNA. Hey, Rose, what else could they be there for? Jay Erickson? Oh, it's okay, Rose. Um, I think if they had found a body concerning him, we would have heard about that by now. Um, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I'll be wrong again in the future, I'm sure. But I think we would have heard about that by now. Beth, it's funny you say a razor. Do you think that maybe they were looking for, "Hey, Capri, no, girl, it's fine. You are just fine. I understand what's been going on this afternoon. I'm very sorry that you had to experience that. I was listening on my phone while I was modding for Kim and Crafton. That was very uncalled for what was said, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. Hey, Sharon. All right, guys. No, you would know by now. Okay, guys. The article said that, let me pull it back up on my phone, okay? To make sure that I don't want to misquote anything ever. Just tell them there was another suspect that they are not going to announce. She was killed somewhere else. Urban, we already know she was killed in Wyoming. She was killed in Wyoming. Okay. All right, guys. Do you think that there was things on her body that they need to prove whether or not it belongs to Brian or someone else? Do you think that's a possibility? If they take samples off of her, if they take samples off of her doing an autopsy, they've got to have some way to prove whose DNA it is. And anybody that, if it's his DNA on his body, he can't claim someone else did it. Bingo, daffodils. Bingo. Rose and Urban, I think you may be onto something. Okay, crime investigation. What couple are they looking for? I mean, I seriously want to know, what couple are they looking for? Rose, I don't know, but I did read an article that said that the timeline did not match up for him to be involved with killing that newlywed couple that was camping in the same general area. Now I don't know. That may something may have changed there. I don't know. I haven't saw a recent update on that. Yeah, I think the other couple was shot. Hey, Sophia. Welcome back. Okay, guys, think about it like this, okay? I don't remember hearing anything about a male and female couple that was parked next to them that's missing. There was a couple that camped at one of the camping areas that they happened to camp out around the same time. It was two women who had just got married that that ended up being murdered. But they did a report, and I'll have to go back and try to find the report that that said that Brian had been exonerated in that part of it. They no longer thought that he was involved there. Okay, so you think Rose Davis is involved with Brian? I will investigate that. Okay, let's not talk about it too much because we don't have any facts. Rose, Chris Watts did it. Hey, let's blame Chris Watts. He cleaned up, moved them, and buried. Possible. No, the couple was not missing. The camper was saw in photos next to them. Okay. They're wanting to question them. Couple missing. Okay. Let me write that down so I can. Okay. If anybody has any information on this couple that was parked next to them and is willing to share the information with me, please email me. Please. If you have any information on it, on the man and woman that was parked near them that the police are wanting to talk to, um, daffodils, I can see your point, but I can also see the point that if you thought that you were about to be framed for murder that you didn't commit, you might just be scared enough to run. I'm not taking up for him. Please, I'm not taking up for him, okay? I'm not. I'm not taking up for him, okay? But but if you have any information on on the couple that was parked beside of them when this happened, please email me. And guys, if you can share this with social media in any way, shape, or form, on your YouTube, um, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, to invite people to come join us, to join in the conversation, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay. Now let's go back and talk and think about DNA. Okay. When somebody dies, if they do an autopsy, what do they swab? I think there was a red camper. Wait a minute. Let me write that down. Guys, I'm telling y'all, when y'all tell me stuff, I write it down. Gabby life insurance. Okay, there was a red camper or van and another white. Yeah, we need to watch that video. I'm gonna have to go find that video. I haven't heard anything about the life insurance. I haven't heard anything at all about the life insurance, but I will research it. But let's get back to the DNA for a minute, okay? When someone dies, okay, even before they're taken to the hospital or anywhere like that, they put bags over their hands to preserve to preserve the DNA that's on their hands. Okay, they put bags on their feet to preserve DNA on their feet. Okay, now y'all just saying these things, so I'm just going to just yeah, email me at mycasediscussion@gmail.com. Either Gabby had life insurance money or having money in the bank. Okay, Sophia. Um, she might have had life insurance money, but when he flew back to Florida to empty out their storage rental place to get their contents out of it so that they wouldn't have to pay rent on it anymore. Hey, Aunt Lala, when he flew back on the 17th or the 23rd, on the 24th, before he even got back to town, her dad had to DoorDash her food to the hotel. So evidently, she didn't have that much cash in the bank. I'm not saying she was broke. I'm not saying that at all. But her dad had to DoorDash her food to the hotel so that she could eat. Hey Mo, Sophia's asking if you have an email that you will provide for yourself. I don't think money was a motive either. I have a feeling y'all know there's a building. There's a white building behind their house. I have a feeling that about a storage building, an outbuilding, as some people call it. I have a feeling some of Gabby's things are stored in that building because everyone kept saying that they moved her belongings out of the house on September the 1st. They didn't. Let's help everyone with emails, calls. Y'all, just a second, okay? Alicia just text me. All right, guys. Okay, in case you need to unblock my main account, this is all one, two, three, four. Okay, Aunt Lala, I'm just going to tell you, I don't know how to do that yet, but I will investigate that tonight, and I will figure it out. Okay, just give me a little while tonight. Okay. Hey, tattoos. It's been a long, long week. Okay, guys, I'm just going to put it out there for you. Okay. I heard. Okay, Capri. After we Capri, if you want to go in, if you don't mind, if you want to go in and unblock Aunt Lala, I'm fine with that. If you don't mind to do that, and then after this is over with, we can talk, and you can tell me how to do it, and I'll go through and look at who's blocked and things, and figure out things like that. Okay. Oh, you can't actually do it. Okay, Aunt Lala, when this live ends, I will. Rose, can you do it? Yeah, God bless y'all. Okay, guys, I'm just going to tell y'all what I was told. Okay, I was told that the FBI was there to collect his hairbrush, a razor, and his toothbrush. If they're a moderator, they can unblock. So I need to make some of y'all a moderator too. We'll figure that out as well. Okay, guys? Rose, do you have authorization on this account, on our account, to unblock Aunt Lala? Beth, even though he had short hair? Okay, go in and unblock Aunt Lala. That's fine with me. Aunt Lala can be unblocked until Aunt Lala gives us a reason to block her. Um, Guys, people with short hair as short as his is still brush their hair. Most of them do. Comb their hair. They still do it. What's on my menu tonight? Actually, my dear precious in-laws sent my mother-in-law sent uh taco taco salads over. Everything was in individual bowls. So I've already stuffed myself, and yeah, my husband's gone to church to a staff meeting. My son just got home from work, and I'm just enjoying my time with you. Excuse me, with you guys. But okay, they were there to collect his hairbrush, razor, and toothbrush. So, what does that tell y'all why they would want to collect those three things? Bingo, Beth. Bingo, daffodils. Remember when they were looking for stuff of Cece's and they said the best thing to get a scent or DNA from was a toothbrush or shoes? Remember that? Irvin. They're trying to match up what they know to be his DNA with what they have found on her body during the autopsy. They're trying to put the two together. Yeah, you usually don't share toothbrushes with people. You can get a lot of DNA from a toothbrush. You can get a lot of, yeah, usually you don't share toothbrushes with people. Don't. Yes, he is burnt if he is burnt bread if they match anything up. But Irvin, suspect, suspect, and convicted are totally different things. Suspect and proven in court are two totally different things. Even though he was the last one to see her alive, they have to prove he did it. Hey, Alicia. Yes, he is a person of interest. M, M Censor, you will respect everyone in this chat or you can leave. Do you understand me? I'm not in the mood. I've had enough disrespect today, okay? Respect or leave. Sorry, guys. Jesus takes a wheel. I'm working on my list for next Sunday already. I swear I am. People are crazy. You think you can just walk in a room and tell somebody what to do? I'm 46 years old. M Censor, are you crazy? Are you all right? Do you need help? Thank you, Capri, for handling that. Or whichever mod, I think it was Capri. Thank you for handling that. I've had it. I have had it. These people that think they walk around YouTube controlling the world, you don't control Jack Diddley squat. You control the four walls that God gave you the liberty to live under, and that's it. Oh, it's okay, Sophia. I've got some. I don't drink. I'm fine. That's okay. I just wanted to say he can still hear. I just want people, Rose, and it's just in general. People need to understand you don't control people. You don't control people online. You can't tell other people what to do. This is a discussion group. We are talking about a case. The name of the group is Case Discussion. We're talking about a case. That same person came in yesterday and I think they got timed out and started some crap. Now, back to what I was saying. No, 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 Urban, it's okay. You didn't upset me or distract me. They asked Aunt Lala, they asked me if I was okay. I don't think they're okay. They won't be okay if they come back in here again. Incognito, how are you? Aunt Lala, did you know that person? Did you know that person? Hi, Bryn Marshall. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the chat in here. We're just talking about the case in general. Okay, let's get back to the DNA talk, okay? Okay, Sophia, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out, okay? Guys, y'all laugh at me, but since that one person said that, that's just going to be my thing. Leave your DNA on the thumbs up on your way out. Leave your DNA on the subscribe button and the notification bell. After all, this is a crime discussion group. But okay, let's get back to the DNA talk. Being a person of interest. Yeah, Aunt Lala came in a couple of weeks ago and to check on me. And they some people blocked her. So I'm giving everyone a chance, and so that's why I asked for Aunt Lala to be unblocked. Brian, they already had his DNA as far as like as like for a scent. Okay, they already had his DNA for a scent, for a trail, for a scent. But why they need DNA now? The specific DNA, the toothbrush, hairbrush, and razor blade. Razors are the three best things, especially for men, to get a good DNA sample from when you're trying to prove who murdered someone if they were attacked. If they need it for the autopsy to compare anything that they found on the autopsy. Okay? They've got to compare it. They can, okay, he's a person of interest. We all get that. And then I'm going, I miss what's happened. Incognito, two FBI agents. Hey, Susie. Two FBI agents went back to his parents' house today around 11 o'clock and collected and collected three articles that I'm told. They collected articles to get DNA to use with for her autopsy. To use for her autopsy, guys. Think about it. If you're being, they already had a warrant. Sandy, guys, I can get wound up sometimes. I try not to, but I can get wound up sometimes. They have search warrants. They have federal search warrants for that home. Yes, when they go with a federal search warrant, they have to give it. Yes, they have to have specific warrants to say what they are going after and get those items. I do too, tattoos. I hope they get his butt soon. Yes, Rosie's exactly right. They're either going to use these items to prove yes, it was him that murdered her, or they're going to say no, it wasn't him that murdered her. I mean, guys, you got to remember, they have an attorney. What do attorneys tell their clients to do most of the time? Shut your mouth. Don't talk unless I'm with you, and don't talk unless I tell you it's okay to answer a question. No, 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 Philip. Wait a minute. The warrant for his arrest is for using Gabby's card. They have to have a warrant. There's different types of warrants. There's a warrant for an arrest. There's a warrant to search the house. There's a warrant to go in and obtain certain things. So they have to have a warrant to go in and and collect certain evidence. If they have a warrant signed by a judge that says you may go into this home at such and such address and collect such and such items that belong to Brian Landry, that family has no choice but to give those articles up or they go to jail. Because at that point they're interfering with the police investigation. Yes, they're doing all of this trying to head toward the murder warrant. You're exactly right. And if his parents do not give up the information that warrant specifically says they can get, that's obstruction of justice, yes, and they will be hauled off to jail. Maybe we are getting closer to a murder warrant. Yes. Maybe we are. Yeah. They have to have all of their ducks in a row, all of their ducks. And they can't just have a blanket warrant for that house. Yes, and contempt of court, if I'm not mistaken, as well, Philip. Exactly. Brian, they would most likely do a DNA sample on those articles with known DNA from him to compare. But those three things are the best things to get a DNA sample from, especially a toothbrush. Yes, and see, daffodils, I don't know. I wondered about that if they could force him to give a DNA sample if they have a warrant for his arrest, or if heaven forbid that he has done something SA to Gabby, they might can force him at that point to give a sample. But they may also have to have a warrant then to force him to give us DNA sample. Huge pimp hat from New. I'm feeling pretty confident. Now I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Beth, if they gave them stuff that's actually the parents and not Brian's, in a way they're just screwing themselves over because we all have our parents, portions of our parents' DNA in our body. You know what I mean? Brian, no, I do not. I do not think he's in Florida. All felons have to give DNA samples in the state they're arrested in. I thought so, Susie, but I didn't want to say until unless someone else said it, kind of to agree or back up. If they have him in custody, all they have to do is offer food and drink and they'll get their sample. That's very true, incognito. Very true. Brian, does he have a record or ever been to prison? From what I can find, Aunt Lala, he hasn't been in trouble. From what I can find, he's not been in trouble. Yes, the credit card charge warrant that they have out for him right now is a felony because of the amount, and he crossed state lines to use said credit card and or debit cards. Um, with a court order, they can. Okay, Capri, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Um, that is for DNA, not by warrant. Just FYI. Susie, good point. The trailer will get him in the system. Guys, yes, that's what I was trying to say the whole time about the credit card thing. When you're looking for someone like that, that's a person of interest that went into hiding, you use, I won't say the minor, the smallest thing, or the thing that's considered the most minor thing, but you use what you can to get them into custody. You do what you can to hold them until you can have enough evidence to charge them with what you want to charge them for. Am I making sense on that one? I may have to do that too, Susie. I'll look at it and see. Al Capone was arrested on on financial charges. Exactly. Jack Warren, two FBI agents went into his parents' house today around 11 o'clock and collected three articles that they're going to use um, to match DNA related to her autopsy. Uh, Brian, if he is charged with murder, the case will be filed in Wyoming, where she was murdered. I'm getting the link, Rose. I'm getting the link. Ah, hold on. That didn't work. Hold on a minute. I'm getting you the link. Hold on, girl. Sorry. Okay, guys. There you go, Miss Rose. I dropped it for you. Let's see. I read it, Rose. I thought I read all of the article. I don't think that I missed anything. Let me go back and make sure that I didn't miss any part of the article. Guys, just a second. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss any part of the article, okay?
Did
Hello.
you, hey doll, did
Hey,
you read
sweetie.
how are you?
I'm okay. How are
Oh,
you, hon?
eh.
I'm
Well,
go back
we'll
and
talk about something more interesting than me. um,
girl, you were just
you read,
fine. I I read the article. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Um,
okay.
because
Yeah,
there
it's
was a
about the
lot of
DNA. Yeah,
yeah,
regarding the
there
reason, and that's also a change.org thing. They're trying to stop that. With DNA these days, the police literally can follow you around and pick up a gum wrapper and use it as evidence. They can put it in and get your DNA out of anything. Like if you've gone through My Heritage or any gene network, they can get your DNA that way. And they're trying to make it where they have to have a warrant for everything, which is really kind of bad. Just like, if they're following this dude, say he drops gum or a can or, whatever, and now they have his DNA that he's dropped, um, they can compare it to what they got out of that house as well to see if they're on the right trail. So you've got two different ways now. They can not only compare it to the autopsy, but they can compare it to see if they're on the right trail and if they have found something to prove he's there. I don't know that this guy's there. My husband
yeah.
says, "Oh, that place is huge. That's you got to realize how big a acre is, and it's 25,000, and they
Hmm.
can't guard the exits, and so he could have gotten out and be anywhere, which is, I don't think he's there, but that's just my opinion."
I don't think
And
he's there either. And what we've got to remember is he has not been spotted by a neighbor since the 10th of September. He left with his family on the 11th for that 3 day
that's right.
camping trip. The same
And they
day he
didn't
left
see
with
him
his
come back.
family, they did not see him come back, guys. They did not see him come back on the 14th with his family. The
So
11th
they're
was the
they're
same day.
purely
Yeah, yeah, they're like a needle in a haystack trying to find him.
they're purely going on the parents' word that he came back that Monday with them and then left Tuesday to go camping in quotation marks and never came
Uh-huh.
back. So, this family could have taken him somewhere. I don't think anyone has saw it. Now, the picture that was floating around of the guy that was walking on the street, with the little iPod thing that looks just like him was walking on a street behind the house when all the cops were going in within 30 minutes uh, to his parents' house. Now that photo, I don't know if it's him. Sure does look like him, but if it is, he was walking around in flip flops and an iPod, just like nothing, right out in the open. And the protesters
I
got
have
his
a
picture on the
hard
way.
time. Yeah, but I don't know, and like I said, I could be wrong about this. A lot of things. I have a hard time believing that was him.
I do
Just
too.
my.
I think he's a gone guy, just like Gone Girl. He is a gone
Uh huh.
guy, and they're gonna have
Uh huh.
to hunt to find him. But the warrant, somebody was asking in the chat. I don't remember who the name was. I tried to answer, but warrants work with specific wording. You have to be
Mhm.
very specific with what you want on it,
Mhm.
and you can only take what is on that. You can't go in and touch anything else, with
Mm.
that warrant. If it's for computer, electronics, hard drives, that is all you can take. If you see a glove in the waste can, you can't, you know, legally you can't do that. But with that
Mm.
other law, they could, oh, that's dropped. I'm going to take it and we're going to run it, So
Mm.
you got a
Yeah.
double edged sword there. But yeah, that's how that works. The warrants have to be specific. And that's why there were more than
Specific.
one. They had not found the body yet. They were looking for anything electronic to try to uh, get a area, where they were, text messages, computer, email, anything that they might could use. And thank God for those vloggers. You can show that video. They don't care. They've been letting anybody that wanted to show it, show it. You just give them credit. The red, white, and bassoon. If you've
Yeah,
not
I
shown
showed
that,
that the other day. Yeah, I showed it the other day. Yes,
okay.
and I
When they're
gave
going
them
down the
credit.
road,
Yes. Mhm.
yeah. Oh, they won't care. They won't care. When they're going down the road, you will see camper. I don't want to say the color because I'll get it wrong, but I think they pass a white one on the left. I think they pass a red one really close to Gabby's van that's like right across from them. And I want to say it was red. I mean, there are just little campers all through there, and somebody had to see something. And that is what the
Somebody
couple
had
that
to
they were.
see. Mhm.
And there's
Yes.
another video that a couple were taking. A lady was taking it by the water. And I want to say that Amber maybe showed this. Um, I want to say it was Amber. And she actually, you could hear some people yelling, and then she got a couple in her film as she shot back around, and it looked like Brian and Gabby. And she tells where she is. So if you go up, I think it's Amber Truth Seeker. I may be wrong, but I think that's the name, and
Uh huh.
it's written on it, and you can look at that and see if you think that's them. And
Okay, I'll go back after I watch this and look at it.
okay,
But people are asking about the DNA today. They had to have a sign. Am I right in saying this, Rose? They had to have a signed warrant from the judge to go there to collect specific things for his DNA for this for
yes,
today.
yes,
They had to have the judge had to
yes.
sign off warrant on it,
Yes.
and
Any warrant a judge has to sign. Any
yeah, and
warrant.
say it like say they go there to collect the 3 articles that they collected today. If they see a gun that they suspect could be part of, say, a murder scene,
Nope.
they
Nope.
have to notify the judge and say, "This is the gun." You know what I mean?
Yep.
They have to go
If
back to the
if they're
judge and ask
smart,
for a separate warrant to
yep.
get that.
If they're smart, they get on the phone right then and they tell somebody
That's
else
what
what they're seeing, and that person gets
mhm.
them the warrant and brings it to them before they leave the house. Because if they leave
Before
the
they leave,
house,
yes.
they can move it, But
Yeah,
if they
that's what
have
I'm
to leave
saying,
and get it, they
They
can't
get
get
on
it.
the
Mm-mm.
phone right then and say, get on the phone and have somebody call and say, "Look, this is what we're seeing. We don't want to leave the house until we can get this into our custody. Contact the judge for us." They
Right.
contact the judge. They get most of the time an electronic
They
warrant.
can take a
It's sent.
picture. They can
Uh-huh.
take a picture
Take a
of it and
picture,
send. Mm-hmm.
send it to the judge. The judge signs a warrant. Nowadays, warrants are electronic. It's sent to them through their cell phones, and that's all they need. They have a
They just
copy.
have to have that warrant. They can't take
Hmm.
anything that's not on it. I mean, if they take it, it's useless. I mean, it's just
Exactly.
useless. But
A good a
um,
good uh a good attorney would have that thrown out.
while you are in StreamYard, there should be a
Hmm.
way, a button there for you to press that you can do unblocking in StreamYard. The other blocking, I'll walk you through on your channel, and I won't
Okay.
keep taking up your time because somebody else
Oh
might
no,
want to
you're
come
just
up or
fine.
something.
No,
But
you're just fine. Where do I
but
go
yeah,
to? Okay,
they have to have that warrant. I mean, you're right, and
they have to. I mean, there's no if, ands, buts about it. They have to have the warrant. And like you said, if they walk away from it, there's a chance it could be moved when they come back to get it.
that's
So,
right.
guys, I was watching during some of this shutdown and everything. I got to watching court cases on YouTube, and they were literally having a domestic violence case that was being held in Michigan, online. It was on YouTube, and there was a no contact order issued during this, and they figured out between the district attorney and the cop that was there, they figured out that the aggressor was at the woman's house. They were the victim and the defendant were both they were at the same house, and they kept lying and saying no we're not, no we're not. They sent the cops, knocked on the door. The woman went to the door, and there sat the guy. They arrested the guy on camera with the judge watching. The judge was just sitting there with his mouth dropped, like, I can't believe I'm literally witnessing this. Is this what we're coming to? So yeah, I mean, technology has came a long way. I mean, they were able to tell because every time they would ask her a question, she kept looking over to the left. And every time they would ask him a question, he kept looking over to the right. They were looking at each other on how to answer the question. So technology's came a long way. You there, Rose?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Hey,
hear you now. Yeah, there you
I
are.
was
I lost you for.
I was reading an article to see if there was anything new about the search, and apparently, if I'm over reading an article, it mutes me here for some. I don't know
Oh,
why, because
okay.
I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone. I guess that's why. I was
Yeah.
just reading. They've
So,
got like 50 gazillion articles on dogs being down there to help. And I saw an article that said bounties are coming in to look for Brian. And I thought it might have somebody aside from dog, coming, but
yeah.
it just mentioned
It,
him. But I bet there will be more coming.
oh, I bet you there will be too. Now, where do I go to in StreamYard?
Um, Let me think. There should be a button there that you see. I can't remember what color it is that gives you a menu, and when you touch it, it'll have you choose blocked, and you'll be able to pull up who's blocked in your live stream. On your channel, you pull up your channel settings, blocked, and I can walk you through that when you're off the live.
Okay. All right. Well,
But
we'll
StreamYard is up to you. I can't do StreamYard.
okay. We'll figure it out. I'll get with you and we'll figure it out and get it all done. And I appreciate you coming up and explaining to us more about it. And
Oh,
have I explained
Irvin,
everything you think
Irvin,
correct?
Irvin. Irvin just said I had a country accent. I do. I'm in Alabama. I try to hide it, Irvin. I do, and I don't normally talk so southern, but I'm tired and I don't feel well. And it seems like the longer the day gets, the more tired I am, and then that southern slang comes out.
Yeah, today's been a pretty rough day. That's all I
It
want to say
has.
about it.
It's been a
Today's
pretty rough few days. It
It
really
has
has.
been, and she's
Um,
been
I
working her hiney off with in Jay's channel. She's been working her hiney off doing lives and taking care of her mother. So,
Well, Mother came to take care of me today. She walked over here without her
oh,
walker, without her cane or anything, and kind of sat on the bed right in the middle of Crafton's live to talk to me, to check on me. Bless her heart. And my brother and
bless
husband were sitting on her
her.
front porch, and they didn't even see her. She snuck out the back door to walk over here. That's how sneaky my
She
90-year-old, well, she'll be 90 in December. That's how sneaky my mama is and why I have to watch her so close. But
Well, that
yeah,
bless her heart though. She had to come make sure you were okay.
she did. We lost some family members. I don't know if Case, did you tell anybody?
I didn't because I didn't know if you wanted it told, but go ahead. Feel free to tell them if you want to. That's perfectly fine with me.
Um,
I'm
my
a vault
well,
unless
that
you tell me to tell it. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, that's why Mother's being so clingy. My cousin's family were they died in a fire Thursday. His daughter, granddaughter, son-in-law. The child was 3, and it's just been really hard because when you get that call and you take off and you run to try to help, and there's 8 fire trucks there trying to get this fire under control, and he's wanting to go in to try to find his babies. This fire's been raging since 8 o'clock, and they're all gone. We haven't even planned the funeral yet, so it's been really emotional week, and so the busy work has helped. If it gets overwhelming, I have to, leave for a while, but really the busy work helped a lot. So, but
Yeah.
that's why I know some of the ways that they're doing things behind the scene from this end, because they had to take them for autopsy, even though we know they died in a fire. It's the way any type of death like that, they will automatically do an autopsy. And the
Well,
way that they,
and it's sad to say, but even if someone dies, uh, is if they're put to death for a crime, if they're sentenced to death and they follow through with the death penalty, they still do an autopsy. So,
yeah,
anytime it's an unnatural death, to do an autopsy.
yeah. And, they were in there for so long, and the normal, easy ways to do an autopsy where you can gather your normal body fluids, which is what I wrote in the chat. They will normally get blood from your heart, spleen, arterial,
Mm-hmm.
venous. They'll draw fluid from your vitreous humor, which is the little sac behind your eye. Um, that is the best place actually, because it shows any types of drugs that's been in your system. It will stay there the longest because it is the slowest um, fluid movement. But so they can't do that on a burned body as easily because it dehydrates a lot of things. So it takes a little bit longer. I don't know when we're going to be able to have this funeral. But that little girl was precious. You saw her picture. Her name, well, I'm not going
Yes,
to say
I
her name,
did.
but
Yeah.
that beautiful family. She was an elementary school teacher, and her mother is too. So they closed 2 schools down Friday for grief counseling, and it was just a beautiful family. Beautiful family.
So
And
sad.
we
Well,
cried
we
till
are
we're sick.
praying. Yeah. We're praying for your family, Rose, and you have been a rock star this week. You have been there for Jay, for Crafton. You've been for us. I mean, you've just been everywhere. You've taken care of your family, And I
I,
honestly don't know how you've done it, being under all everything that you have been. And I'm
I
here
feel
for
like I've
you, and I love you.
Oh,
And
I love you too,
I,
and you guys are great. I appreciate you so much. The messages, the text, the calls, I appreciate it. And I feel like I've left poor Scarlett. I haven't been over there near enough, but we do the best we can. Capri's my little rock star butterfly mod too. She goes
yeah.
everywhere. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
we usually pass. You got it. I got to go here. So,
Yeah, you gotta go here. And I say
yeah,
that also, when y'all are sleeping, especially Mojangles, if I wake up at 5 o'clock and think, I want to go live and talk about something, usually Mojangles is awake too, and we'll go live
yep,
about 5:30 or 6, you know what I mean? And at
yep,
that time of the morning, there's not usually a lot of people that's going to cause a lot of trouble. So, you know but we just all work together, and it somehow it all equals out, it all works itself out.
it
um
does. It does. And I appreciate y'all for the help on the other channel. I was glad that you got your wrench, and it was
yes,
much
and
appreciated. And Potatoes over there, and she was a mod with me before, and she does a great job. You don't, I
mm,
tell you, we are vaults, and we love what we do, and we're here for you and for our
mm,
creators. So we appreciate your
mm,
work. You have worked really hard. You've stayed up. You've searched. You've Googled.
mm.
You've watched videos. You've,
I'm
you've worked
trying
your
hard,
tail
y'all, to
off.
learn. I'm trying hard to learn this, and I appreciate every. And I have to tell y'all, Rose has sent me lots of information. I've been able to ask her questions. Rose, am I looking at this the right way? Am I thinking about this the right way? As
And you
busy as
usually
she's
are.
been, yeah, but she'll text me back. Yes, you are, but you might also consider this, and I appreciate that. But, Rose and I bonded pretty instantly when I came to YouTube. We just did. And
That's because you're
this
a
isn't
sweetheart.
easy. Well, I appreciate that. So are you. But this isn't easy. This isn't an easy job. This isn't a fun, you know, it's fun to talk to people, but this isn't a fun subject to cover. This is a
No, it's
hard subject
not.
to cover, especially when you have children, these children's ages. I consider
That's
them
right.
children. My children are 21 and 24. I consider Bride and Gabby children.
Yep. And
And
my
they are
sons
the,
will be 32, so um,
yeah,
they're really children to me. My granddaughter's
yeah,
11, so um,
wow, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, it's,
You
it's,
didn't
it's
know I
not
had a
easy.
granddaughter. I hadn't told you that, had
No,
I?
no, I did not know you had a granddaughter. You're just
I'm
full of
sorry.
surprises. You are just so full of
Oh,
surprises.
oh me.
You
All right.
are.
Well, I'm gonna jump off. I love you. I'll talk to you
Okay, girl. I
later. Be
love
in the
you too,
chat.
girl. I'll see. All right,
Bye.
I'll see you all over at Crackton's too. Bye, girl.
Okay. Bye.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions about why they collected the DNA today? I'm just being quiet just to see it, make sure if anybody has any questions on why they collected DNA today. I just want to make sure if anybody has anything going on, wondering why they collected the DNA. Sorry, guys, I had to refresh my screen. I messed up. I couldn't see all my whole screen. I couldn't see it all. I messed it up, so I had to go back. Well, wait, there. I forgot to hit silence. I had to refresh my screen. So, does anybody have any questions about why they collected the DNA? Guys, as much as we dislike Brian, okay? Yes, Susie, you're right. They might be wanting to rule people in or out. As much as we dislike Brian, okay? Let's please remember he is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay? Why do I think? I think that they collected it as part of her autopsy to prove either he did it or he did not do it. I figure that they found something either under her nail beds, her fingernails, her, uh, on her body, her clothing, something to, and they're trying to say, did he do it or did he not do it? But guys, remember, in the United States, you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and that's just the way it is. Um, do I want him arrested and put behind bars? Like yesterday, I want him arrested and put behind bars as quickly as possible. Exactly, Philip. That's a good example. They find DNA that's not hers. They want to know who it belongs to. So, what are they going to do? They're going to go to the person that they think caused her not to be living anymore. And they're going to find out, does this DNA we found belong to Brian? If it doesn't, they're going to start searching, who does this DNA belong to? Who does this belong to? It rules people out. It sure does. It rules people out. All right, guys, there's something I want to talk to y'all about as well, okay? Yes, they may have found DNA in the van. You're exactly right. Because remember, the police impounded the van. Yes, if they can build, if DNA can connect from her body, can connect to Brian, they build their case from there. Okay? They build their case from there. There's something else I want to talk to y'all about, okay? Today there was a live that was done, and some things were said about creators not being, I mean, subs not being welcome there if you support another creator, blah 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 blah. I think I lost some more subs as a part of it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, okay? I'm 46 years old, okay? 46. I will go and support creators that I want to support, okay? And that's all I'm going to say about it. Yes, incognito, again. I will go and support who I want to when I want to. Okay. I was in Crafton and Kim's chat. I'm going back to their chat at 8 o'clock. I'll be there again. Susie, welcome here. Welcome to Case Discussions group. I love having y'all. Invite all of your friends. Invite everyone here. Invite them all. They are all welcome here. And I do not tell anyone where they can go to. Not anywhere. I don't, it does not bother me what you do on your own time. I just won't have anyone coming into my chat disrespecting me or my subs. I know of 2 day trips that he went to collect DNA, but that's all I heard. Daffodils, I want you. I want all of you. I want every single one of you. Yes, it was also said if we spoke or even if we watched or anything that we were not loyal and we were not welcome back in that other chat. Thank you, Incognito. That's the way I appreciate it too. And I just want you guys to know that I will never tell you that I don't want you to go somewhere because you're adults. You have the right to go wherever you want to. Irvin, if you get sent to the principal's office, that's my office, buddy. No, I'm kidding. You are a ray of sunshine, Incognito. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to cause problems. I'm really not. I'm just saying, Crafton and Kim were trying. Kim was doxxed today, okay, guys? And Kim was very upset. Kim was doxxed. Kim's phone number was given out in a live stream. Kim was doxxed. She was very upset. Rose, I like to watch a lot of different creators too. I like to form my own opinion. I like chatting with different people, and I'll go where I want to. And um, it was said, let's see where they're at in a year. Okay, challenge accepted. Let's see where we're at in a year. I like to watch a lot of people too. I do. But and there are some conversations that I'll just leave. I don't want to be a part of it. I'll just leave. But I'm not going to be told where I can go to and where I can't. I'm not going to. And just because you're growing numbers over a case does not mean that you are suddenly someone to that we're supposed to bow down to. And I'm going to be quiet before I have to sit on my hands and put duct tape on my mouth. Yeah, it used to be if we just spoke badly, but specifically heard, even if you were just watching. Hmm. That's me, Susie. If it's something that I don't want to hear, I close it out and I leave. Nurse, we were wondering that too. Why his parents aren't frantic? It's one of two things. Either they have been advised by their attorney not to speak or they know where he's at. Has there been any report as to where the parents or Brian went to? All that they said is they went on a camping trip. That's all that I have seen. And I've read lots of reports. That's all that I've seen. I love everyone too, Capri. I do. I love everyone. I think they know exactly where he is. Exactly. Because think about this, guys, okay? Supposedly they came back, supposedly on the 14th, Brian said that he was taking his car, he was going somewhere to go on a hiking trip or whatever. He didn't come back home, okay? On on the 15th, his mother knew exactly where to go pick his car up. Not only did she know where to go pick the car up, if he was hiking and she was concerned that maybe he just got lost in the woods and would be later coming back out because suddenly he was used to he had a history of living off grid. If she was concerned that he may come back out, why did she take the car and him not have a way home? That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would you take the car? Yes, I would want my son found right now, right this minute. No questions asked. I would want to know where my son is. I told y'all last night. One time, my oldest son was out. He's a mechanic, and he was out at one of his friend's house in a shop working on his friend's car. Well, it was getting later than what he had told me that he would be home. And he had to work the next day. And it was like midnight. And he hadn't come home yet. You know what I did? I put my clothes on, grabbed my purse, put my hair up in a ponytail, threw some shoes on, and went looking. And I drove to his friend's house. They were still in the shop working. He said, Mom, I just didn't have cell phone service and I really, kind of lost track of time. Didn't mean to be out this late. I said, Son, that's fine, but I came to check on you to make sure you were okay because it was kind of back roadsy. And the mom and me thought he had a wreck trying to get back to the highway, because there's a lot of curves on that road. And I thought, he's had a wreck trying to get to the highway, and he couldn't call for help. And so I went to look, and I'll do it again. If I can't get in touch with my children, I will go looking for them. They know this. They know they better answer that phone. So guys, y'all heard it here first before I close. The DNA that they went to collect today from Brian Landry's house, the 3 articles that they collected, was in regards to the um to the autopsy of Gabby. They're either trying to prove DNA found on her belonged to him, or they're trying to disprove it. Look at it either way, okay? Look at it either way. But guys, tonight, please remember, pray for her family, okay? Her dad said something today that really touched my heart. When they were up there speaking, and her dad, her mom and dad are divorced, they're both remarried. Her dad said Gabby didn't have 2 parents, Gabby had 4 parents. She had her biological parents and her step parents. And I didn't realize this until today. And yes, I was about to talk about that too, Rose, but I didn't realize this until today. But I think Gabby's stepfather is a mortician. He works for a funeral home, from what I gathered. And he said, "I'm used to planning funerals. You don't ever get used to or thinking about planning your daughter's funeral. Think about that. They literally had to plan. Hey, honey bear." That's funny, honey bear. There's a lot of people saying that. Y'all, also, let's give Rose and anyone else involved a big virtual clap. They contacted Dog the Bounty Hunter about this case, sent the information. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his new wife were in Florida on vacation, and they took one look at it. And for those of you that don't know, Dog lost his daughter around the same age as Gabby in a car accident. So this hit home for Dog, and he said, "Yes, I will look into it." So he went to Brian's house and knocked on the door. The saddest thing that his parents did was not answer that door, because if anybody could help their son, it was Dog the Bounty Hunter, and they flushed that opportunity down the toilet. So I just hope that Dog doesn't give up, and he, follows through and helps find Brian. Yeah, yeah, he knocked hard. It was bam, 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 bam. Yes, that was touching, and it brought tears to my eyes. I was really glad that I had it. I had to mute it to play the audio because I was crying, guys. I'm not ashamed to tell you. I was crying. I was I was I was in tears. Um yeah, that really hit me hard. It hit me hard. But guys, I'm not asking any of you to choose sides, but just know when I'm not in other places anymore that the choice was made for me. Okay? Just know that. Um, I don't despise people unless I'm given a reason to despise them. Crafton and Kim have never given me a personal reason to despise them. So I will support them. And again I want to repeat, there is no reason to ever go real life on anyone. Okay? No reason to go real life on anyone. She has become America's daughter, Rose. She has. I said the other day, she was America's daughter for a week, but she will always be in our hearts. I will always remember Gabby. Always. But guys, there's no reason to ever go real life on anyone. If someone is bothering you on YouTube enough that you feel like you need to go real life and air their personal information and their personal details about their life, turn the internet off, turn your computer off, go outside and get a life. Because evidently you don't have one if you're going real life on someone. Exactly, incognito. Very few people I have a dislike for, and it's no one's business. Exactly, Susie. Nothing is that crucial that you need to go real life on somebody. And I guarantee you, every one of us has someone in our life that if you talk to, they're going to say bad things about you in your personal life just to get attention, just to get their 15 minutes of fame. Yes, exactly. Y'all, in case y'all did not know this, okay? Truth Teller read an ex letter and an ex email from Crafton's ex wife and ex girlfriend on her channel and gave out Kim's phone number. There's no reason to do that. Yeah, guys, don't forget about my Gabby and my Gabby. Don't forget about my Gabby group and my case discussion page. I'm going to be updating that more this week. Um, and thank you so much for the support. Share this out where you can. I'm bound and determined. Yes, 3 times she tried to start that live and showed that number each time. She meant to show that number. She can say she didn't all she wants to. She meant to show that phone number. She's turning into exactly what she said that she is against. She is. She's turning into exactly what she says she's against. And in my opinion, I never thought I'd say this, but the quicker that YouTube can shut her down, the better off we'll all be. She still has over 1,000 subs, Sharon. She has over 1,000 subs. I get over 500. One person says they're unsubbing against me and my sub count drops. But Truth Teller, who goes real life and hurts and causes emotional trauma to people, can keep 1,000 subs. Imagine that. Because I'm gonna, yeah, I mean, she lost 300. I mean, it may go down even more tonight because people are upset about it. I hope it does go down. I hope it goes down a whole lot. She went up another 100 rows. Let me see here. Thank you, Philip, for subscribing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Nurse, I understand, and that I understand. Um, People who don't know anything about it need to keep their mouths shut. Yeah, it won't matter how many subs she's got when YouTube access her channel. Oh, you're welcome, Philip. For those of you that don't know, that are new to me and to my channel, when I first came to YouTube, I told everyone that I had had a stroke because sometimes it's hard for me to say words. It's hard for me to think of the correct word to say next. It took me 10 years to get my life back. Thank you, nurse. I appreciate that so much. It took me 10 years to get my life back. I started out walking with a walker, went to a cane. I had to use a shower chair to take a shower. We had to move in with my mom and dad. I couldn't be left alone. And so I told people that, I'd suffered a stroke because when I would go on panels, sometimes it was hard for me to talk and to get the next word out. Truth Teller made fun of that. And I have screenshots, I have screen recordings, I have timestamps, I have everything I need for when it's ready to be used. I reported her to YouTube. They said we'll investigate it. If she done anything wrong, we'll remove her. That was 6 weeks ago and she's still doing it. She claims she did not know I had a stroke. I have evidence that says otherwise. But not only that, after her subs told her I had a stroke, she kept making jokes about it. It's okay, Susie. I mean, I'll admit it hurt me at first. I had a very hard time with it. I had a very hard time with it. And then I got I got my backbone back, and she's not going to get away with it. And if I can use my evidence to go with Crafton and Kim's, I will. She is awful. She's terrible. And her mother watches her, y'all. Her mother watches other channels and reports back to her what's going on. Thank you, Beverly. I appreciate that. She's vile. That you should never make fun of anyone had a stroke or any type of medical condition. The easiest way to the top is on the ladders on other people's backs. Yeah. Every Sharon, I'm like you. Everything, every situation, that woman knows something about it. Everything. There's not a topic that is discussed that woman does not know something about. Uh, exactly, Rose. My mother, my mother's deceased. She would come back from the dead and whip my butt right now. My dad is 79 years old and lives next door to me. He would whip my rear end if I acted like she acts. Yes, Philip, exactly. She will do whatever it takes to get to the top. Oh, she's made comments that she's well known on the internet. Chick, please, you've got 1,100 subs. You're not well known anywhere. Only thing you're well known for is being a witch with a bee. Hey, Christine, I'm so glad you got to join us for a live. We can be a close community and watch for the trolls. Exactly. She's a legend in her own mind. That's exactly right. Oh, it has, Roberta? Wait a minute. Wait. Where was it reported? Where was it released at? Bye, Rose. Jay just shared it. Okay. Well, we'll all hear it, I'm sure. But guys, I'm going to go rest my voice because Crafton and Kim's live is going to be starting in about 35 minutes. And I need to rest my voice and things to Jameson. Let's not bring up dog's past, okay? Respectfully, I ask you not to do that. Dog paid his dog paid his dues, and I'd rather not do that, okay? I'd rather not discuss. I'd rather not have him bashed for trying to help. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys the next time. Bye, everybody.